Today, I'm going to be reviewing this $40 fisheye lens, begging the question, is this lens worth it to your kit? If you're new to this channel, my name is Isaac Leonard. I'm a cinematographer and filmmaker, and I like to review different pieces of gear and showing you how you can use it to improve your work. So right here is the fisheye lens. This lens is the Altura Fisheye Wide Angle Adapter. Basically, what happens is you take this fisheye lens and you'll screw it on another lens. It's kind of a weird attachment. So we have the main lens. This is a super bad Canon 10 to 18 EFS lens. And I specifically use this lens because it's wide angle and it's super 35 on my sensor. And then I take the fisheye lens and I screw it on the front of the filter thread like so. And right there you have your rig. Now, this rig is super weird and it's very top heavy and it's kind of janky, but for $40, I cannot complain. Basically, how the lens kind of comes apart is in three main parts. We have the step-up ring, which I went from the 58 to the 67 millimeter step-up ring, like so. And then there's also a diopter in between the fisheye lens. You can just tell this stuff is super cheap and literally just like Alibaba repurposed, because this lens hood rotates and it just doesn't feel super legit. So I always am kind of a little bit weary when using it. However, I think the image honestly speaks volumes. And so one of the funny things about fisheyes is fisheye lenses actually tend to look dirty. Fisheye lenses don't need to be clean and clinical. And so if you're starting out or if you have a small cinematography kit and you would like to add a lens in your kit, buying a cheap unsharp fisheye lens is really smart, because now I have the option to always have a fisheye lens, whether it's on a music video, a commercial, or something in that regard. But it's small enough and light and cheap that I'm not really worried about it, but it's barely good enough quality I could pass it if I really wanted to. Because you're mounting two lenses to each other, if a light source shines through both, you can see this white line that goes around the perimeter of the lens. My solution to this is in DaVinci. I just do a magic mask and I darken off the edges, but that is something to note that is not the case. Now, why did I buy this lens specifically? One of the main reasons I wanted it was an affordable fisheye lens that would work on my camera. I use the Blackmagic 6K Pro, and one of the interesting things about that camera is it uses Super 35. Love or hate Super 35, I'm a huge fan, but one of the things is there's less and less Super 35 EF mount lenses, and I wanted to get a fisheye lens that had the black border that is famous with fisheye lenses, because if you put a full frame fisheye on the Super 35, it's not as wide, and then also you don't get that black vignette, which I am personally a huge fan of. So this was the most affordable option that I found, and I kind of decided to just take a risk, and I really like this lens. I think it's a quirky lens. It's something that you throw in your kit that you don't know if you're going to need, but it's super fun on set to experiment with, and it's a super easy way to really get into the world of fisheye and put it on different lenses and create fun, new, quirky looks. If you guys have any questions about this review, please leave them down in the comments down below. I'm going to leave an affiliate link to this lens, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I will see you next week. Thank you.